So one of the first steps in digital marketing is to figure out what keywords or what search terms should I be optimizing for. One of the main ways that most digital marketing agencies and professionals get an answer to this question is by using a tool. Now, good news for you, this tool is totally free and you can hop on and use it right now to find some information out about your own brand or your own business. In today's video, we're going to be going through and talking about Google's Keyword Planner. I'm Pat from Logline Marketing. Let's get stuck in. In order to get started by using Google's Keyword Planner, you have to simply go into an existing Google Ads account, and then at the top, click on Tools and Settings, and then simply select the Keyword Planner just here. Now, if you don't have an existing Google Ads account, they're totally free to set up and only take about a minute. You don't have to attach a credit card. There's no need for payment. It's totally free for you to be able to get access to this. Once you have that account all set up and you've gone to this, obviously the tools and settings, and clicked on Keyword Planner to get to this page here, we can get started by having a bit of a look at what the Keyword Planner is, how it works, and how it can be useful to you. So when you're here, you're met with two options: discover new keywords and get search volume and forecasts. To begin, we're going to go ahead and discover some new keywords. Now, as we can see, we're prompted with two different options here. We can either go in and type in a category or service relating to the kind of business that you're in or what you want to hear some keywords about, or you can actually put your business URL into here and Google will crawl the page and figure out what are the keywords you're talking about and give you recommendations based on that. While this is quite powerful, I'll always recommend opting to put something in specifically yourself. For example, let's say we're a plumber. We're going to have a look at plumbing. We're going to go get results. Give it a little bit to load. And here we can see a large number of different keywords relevant to plumbing as we specified. As you can see, there's quite a few here. We got along the very top here, quite a few suggestions to basically opt to broaden the search. So we can have a look at specifying plumbing for home improvement, handyman service, heating company, plumber service. So we can obviously go through and filter these out to be a bit more specific if we want. One of the other things that I would recommend you do, by default, it'll search for basically all of Australia. We can actually go into here and specify a tighter area. Let's say, for example, Sydney, New South Wales. We're going to go target. It'll focus into there. We'll click save. We should see the average search volume and the pricing here should update accordingly. So what are we looking at? All right, so with this list here, we basically have the keyword that we typed in and then all of the recommendations into here. This first column for average monthly searches is a great breakdown of how many times per month this particular keyword is searched for. As example, water heater repair, 210 times. Plumbing services, 1,000 times. We can see the 3-month change is a bit of a breakdown, either plus or minus a percent of how much it's increased or decreased in searches over the past 3 months. This can be good to help spot new trends if your business is one that is a bit reliant on trends. We can see here as well, competition as a bit of a breakdown here. We can see the competition level is a rough estimate given to us by Google based on how many other businesses are using Google AdWords for these terms. Now, this competition level isn't directly relevant to other forms of digital marketing like SEO. However, it's safe to assume if a keyword has high levels of competition and they're running Google Ads, it's probably going to be high levels of competition on other mediums as well. We can see inside here, and arguably the most important information is the top of page bid and the top of page bid, so low range and high range. This is going to be an estimated kind of cost per click you will be looking for as a business owner to get yourself displayed for ads on Google for these particular keywords. So we can see the low range is kind of the cheapest amount you could be estimated to put in to sometimes get your ads to show, whereas the high range is basically the top of the range for what you'll be looking to guarantee your ads are appearing every single time. This gives us a lot of good information, and we can have a quick look to be able to put in any kind of keyword or service that's relevant to your business and get a great list of other ideas that we might not have necessarily thought of, and we can have a look and find some low-hanging fruit. We can go into here and opt to filter this down to show the most expensive keywords or the cheapest keywords and work from the bottom of the list, working your way through and figuring out what's going to be the best ones for you. We can see along the top here, we have the option to automatically exclude any kind of adult phrasing of these terms, but it is always worthwhile to have a proper read through and make sure. Now, again, as we filter this by the cheapest first, we can see these are quite distant away from the actual plumbing type searches we were initially looking for. That's why they're the cheapest. If we went through a bit further down and we would say show rows, let's just go to 500. We can scroll down a little bit more till we start getting some more relevant ones. These would be some interesting keywords or some low-hanging fruit that you might find some relevance where they have a very cheap top of page bid range and low bid range. Want to have a bit of an overlook and see what kind of one has high monthly search volumes and start figuring out which of these terms here might actually be relevant for you to have a look at writing some content about, or even getting some ads up and running yourself. And again, don't forget to use these terms at the top here. You can actually go through and select any of the terms that you think are appropriate for you and simply set up keywords to create a plan. This will save all of the keywords with all of the monthly search volumes and the costs and the competition breakdown into a neat little list where you can download it later and use it in future endeavors. Now, the other side of the Google Keywords Planner is about search volume and forecasts. This works in a very similar way to discover new keywords. However, you're asked to specify or upload a list of keywords you want to get information for. So again, same example, plumber, keywords in. And this will give you a straight to the point answer of the information that's relevant for these keywords, obviously for you. Now, again, make sure the location is set to the correct area. And this is a great way to kind of, again, get some information to find what's going to be relevant for you and your business. And more importantly, how feasible or obtainable it is. A lot of businesses can be very tempted to go for the most expensive, highest search volume terms. But in a lot of cases, these are just going to be simply too expensive or not feasible to go after. One of the most effective ways of conducting any kind of digital marketing campaign is to identify the low-hanging fruit that's most relevant to your business and optimize some content around that. Now that you have a bit of a breakdown and an understanding of how you can use Google Keywords Planner yourself, hop on, it's totally free. Spend 10, 15, 20 minutes going through there and figuring out what are people actually searching for to find you. What are some terms or phrases that you might not realize are actually really important and have a lot of search volume to it. And then simply ask yourself, do you have copy on your website that's relevant and addresses these terms people are searching? If you have any questions at all, leave a comment down below or get in contact. I'm Pat from Logline Marketing. Hope you found this helpful.